Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Open English Podcast. I am Sam.
And I am Lisa. We are really glad you are here with us today.
Today's topic is one that every single person on this planet needs at some point.
How to stay positive during hard times.
Yes, not fake positivity, not pretending everything is fine when it is not, but real, honest, practical ways to keep going when life feels heavy.
Because hard times come to everyone. No life is without them. The question is not how to avoid them. The question is how to move through them.
And today, we want to share real stories, real strategies, and real English phrases to help you talk about this important topic.
Before we start, please subscribe to the Open English Podcast. It is completely free.
And if you are watching on YouTube, please like the video. It helps more English learners find us every week.
Okay, let us talk about staying positive during hard times.
Lisa, I want to start with something honest.
Go ahead.
Do you think it is always possible to stay positive during hard times?
That is a really good question, and my honest answer is no, not always.
Tell us more.
I think the idea of staying positive all the time is actually a little unrealistic and sometimes harmful.
Why harmful?
Because when you're going through something genuinely difficult, being told to stay positive can feel dismissive, like your pain is being minimized.
Like someone saying, just look on the bright side when your world is falling apart.
Exactly. And that kind of forced positivity does not help. It just makes you feel like you are failing at dealing with your own problems.
So what is the alternative?
I think the more honest goal is not to feel positive all the time, but to keep moving forward, even when you don't feel positive, even when things feel dark.
Moving forward without necessarily feeling good about it.
Yes, and to find small anchors, small things that remind you that life still has good in it, even during a hard time.
That's a much more honest and realistic approach.
I learned this through experience, specifically about 4 years ago.
Tell us.
4 years ago, I went through the hardest period of my adult life. Some personal losses, some professional setbacks happening at the same time. Everything seemed to go wrong in the same 6 months.
That sounds incredibly hard.
It was. And well-meaning people kept saying things like, stay positive, everything happens for a reason, things will get better.
And how did that feel to hear?
At first, frustrating, because I did not feel positive and I could not see the reason, and better felt very far away.
But something changed.
Something shifted when I stopped trying to feel positive and started just trying to find one good thing each day.
Just one thing?
One thing, not a big thing, not a reason for everything, just one small thing that was genuinely good.
Like what?
Some days it was the coffee in the morning. Some days it was a text from a friend. One day it was a song I heard that made me feel less alone.
Small anchors.
Small anchors. And they didn't fix everything. They didn't make the hard things disappear, but they reminded me that good still existed in the world, even in a hard season.
And over time, those small anchors added up.
Yes, day by day, one small good thing at a time. The hard period slowly passed, and I came out of it different, but okay.
Stronger in some ways.
Stronger in some ways, and more realistic about what positivity actually means.
And what does it mean to you now?
It does not mean feeling happy. It means choosing to keep going and choosing to notice the small good things that are always there if you look.
I have a story too, and mine is a little different.
Tell us.
About 3 years ago, I was in a very difficult professional situation. I had worked very hard toward a goal for over 2 years, and then something outside of my control made that goal impossible to reach.
That must have felt devastating.
It felt like the floor had disappeared. I had put so much into that goal, and suddenly it was just gone.
How did you handle those first days?
Honestly, not well. The first week I was angry. The second week I was just sad. I did not talk to many people. I withdrew.
That withdrawal is a very natural response to loss.
And I needed it. I think sometimes people try to get back to normal too quickly before they've actually processed what happened.
They skip the grief and go straight to recovery, and then the grief catches up with them later.
Yes, I gave myself time to feel bad, and that time was important.
So what changed?
After about 3 weeks, a mentor of mine called me, an older man who had been through many difficult times in his own life.
And what did he say?
He did not tell me to stay positive. He did not say, everything happens for a reason. He said something completely different.
What did he say?
He said, Sam, the situation is what it is. You cannot change it. What can you change?
Just that question.
Just that question. And it shifted something in me, because I had been spending all my energy focusing on what I could not change, the lost opportunity, the unfairness of it, the wasted time.
And none of that thinking was helping.
None of it. But his question pointed me toward what I could actually do, what was still in my control.
And you found something.
I found several things, skills I had developed during those 2 years that I could use differently, connections I had made, experience I had gained.
The goal was gone, but the growth remained.
Yes, and that realization was the beginning of finding my way forward, not with positivity exactly, but with direction.
Direction is sometimes more useful than positivity.
Much more useful. Positivity without direction is just hoping. Direction without positivity is still movement.
And movement is what gets you through.
Okay, let us talk about practical strategies, real things that help when life is hard.
Strategy 1. Allow yourself to feel the difficulty first.
Yes, do not rush past the hard feeling. Do not try to immediately replace it with positivity.
Acknowledge it. Name it. Give it some space.
You can say to yourself, this is genuinely hard, and I'm allowed to feel that.
That acknowledgement is not weakness, it's honesty. And honesty is the foundation of real resilience.
Resilience means the ability to recover from difficulties, to bounce back.
And you cannot bounce back from something you have not acknowledged.
Strategy 2. Find one small good thing each day.
As we discussed, not a reason for everything, not a silver lining that makes the pain worthwhile. Just one small, genuine good thing.
The coffee, the kind message, the song, the sunshine through the window.
Train your attention to find that one thing every day. It will not fix the hard situation, but it will remind you that life is not only hard.
It is hard and good at the same time, and noticing the good does not minimize the hard.
They can exist together.
Strategy 3. Focus on what you can control.
This is the lesson from Sam's mentor. Stop spending energy on what cannot be changed.
Ask yourself one question. What is in my control right now?
And then focus only on that. Your attitude, your next small action, who you reach out to, how you spend the next hour.
These small, controllable things are where your power lives during a hard time.
And taking action on something within your control, even something very small, creates a feeling of agency.
Agency means the feeling that you have some power over your situation, that you are not completely helpless.
And that feeling is incredibly important when life feels out of control.
Strategy 4. Stay connected to at least one person.
Hard times make many people withdraw. They isolate themselves.
Because they do not want to burden others, or because they feel ashamed of their situation.
But isolation makes hard times harder. Always.
You do not need to tell everyone everything, but find one person, one trusted person, and stay connected to them.
Even a short message. I am having a hard time. I do not want to talk about it yet, but I wanted you to know.
That one message keeps the connection alive, and the connection is what keeps you from feeling completely alone.
And research shows that social connection is one of the strongest predictors of resilience. People who have strong connections recover from hard times faster than people who face them alone.
Strategy 5. Do one small thing for your body every day.
Yes, during hard times, the body is often forgotten. We stop exercising, we eat poorly, we sleep badly.
And the body affects the mind directly. When the body feels bad, the mind feels worse.
So even during the hardest times, do one small thing for your body.
A 10-minute walk, a glass of water, one good meal, a full night of sleep if possible.
These small physical acts of care tell your body and your mind, I am still taking care of myself. I have not given up on myself.
And that message to yourself matters more than it might seem.
Strategy 6. Remember that this period has an end.
This is perhaps the most important thing to hold on to during hard times.
Yes, hard times feel permanent when you're inside them. They feel like this is just how life is now.
But they are not permanent. Every hard period in history has ended. Every hard period in your own life so far has ended.
And this one will too.
Not on a specific date you can predict, and not necessarily in the way you hope, but it will end.
The phrase people use is, this too shall pass.
This too shall pass. 4 simple words that carry enormous comfort.
Not because they minimize the difficulty,
But because they remind you of something true. Nothing stays the same forever, not even the hardest things.
Okay, let us talk about the language, because talking about hard times and positivity is something that comes up often in English conversations.
Yes, to describe a hard period, you can say, I'm going through a difficult time right now, or things have been really hard lately.
Or I've been dealing with some challenges recently. Challenges is a softer word for difficulties or problems.
To talk about how you're managing, you can say, I'm taking it one day at a time. This is a very common and natural English expression.
It means you're not trying to solve everything at once, you're just focusing on getting through today.
Or I'm trying to focus on what I can control. Or I'm finding small things to be grateful for. To express that a hard time is not permanent, you can say, I know this will not last forever. Or I keep reminding myself that things can change.
Or I've been through hard times before and I got through them. That last phrase is very powerful because it uses your own history as evidence. You survived before, you can survive again.
And for encouraging someone else through a hard time, you can say, I know this is really hard, but I believe you can get through it.
Or you don't have to be okay right now, just keep going. Or I'm here, you're not going through this alone.
These phrases are warm, honest, and genuinely helpful, not dismissive, not forcing positivity.
Listeners, if you're going through a hard time right now, we want you to know something.
You are not alone. Hard times are part of every human life. And the fact that you're here, listening, learning, trying, that takes real strength.
Write in the comments if you feel comfortable. How do you stay positive during hard times? What helps you keep going?
In English, even one sentence, we read every comment.
Okay, our summary for today.
First, real positivity isn't feeling happy all the time. It's choosing to keep moving forward, even when things are dark.
Second, allow yourself to feel the difficulty first. Acknowledge it. Give it space.
Third, find one small good thing each day. Not a reason, just a small, genuine good.
Fourth, focus on what you can control. Ask yourself, what can I change right now?
Fifth, stay connected to at least one person, even a short message. You don't have to face hard times alone.
Sixth, do one small thing for your body every day. A walk, water, sleep. These small acts matter.
And seventh, remember that this period has an end. This too shall pass.
Before we go, our usual request.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the Open English podcast. It's completely free.
And if you're on YouTube, please like the video and leave a comment.
Share this episode with someone who's going through a hard time right now. It might be exactly what they need to hear today.
Thank you so much for listening. I'm Sam.
And I'm Lisa.
Keep going, one day at a time. You're stronger than you know.
See you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.